Time now for weather with Paul Cayano. Have you ever moshed?
I have never moshed. I've seen people mosh. I was around people who mosh, but I never
Good
had
weather.
the nerve to go in there.
Good weather for moshing.
Yes,
this weekend.
beautiful.
When the music stops, a lot of these people never go to sleep. Last night we spent the evening at a rave.
Rave is where everyone comes together, listens to this music, just goes out of their mind.
Did you pay?
Yeah, I paid.
Did you pay? No? Did you pay?
No.
Did you pay?
Nope.
God bless it all. It's peaceful, and it's a beautiful thing.
What goes on in a mosh pit?
Come on, find out!
August 12th, 1994, a huge concert to celebrate the 25th anniversary of a legendary one. Woodstock 94 was held a stone's throw from the capital region at Winston Farm in Saugerties, Ulster County. Bethel, which hosted the original 1969 Woodstock, didn't want the crowds again. This time around, a state agency was put together to prepare for every possible problem.
There are all kinds of what-if scenarios, and I think we've thought of just about anything that could happen.
What if it's warm? What if it's excessively hot? What are things that concert goers can be prepared to do once they come to New York State? What if there is a thunderstorm? How do you protect yourself in an open area?
Farmland was converted for the huge outdoor party.
Until recently, there was a tree here. Now, of course, it's just a brightly painted stump, probably removed so that the hundreds of thousands of people who are going to be behind it can see the North Stage. But it now provides one of the very few decent permanent seats here.
A mini city was built with food, 2 water tanks that held 1 million gallons each, 2 hospitals, and 2,500 portable toilets. Locals stocked up on groceries, expecting roads in the area to be closed for a while.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be very peaceful. Very. Fingers crossed.
A big challenge was trying to snag a ticket. These Guilderland men thought they'd be fine first thing in the morning, only to be greeted by a bunch of close signs.
Where do you go from here?
I guess we just wait until something opens.
I spoke to the folks at Ticketmaster, and here's what they said. Tickets did indeed go on sale today at 9 o'clock, but only on phone orders or places that normally open at 9 o'clock. If you're like the Nick and you don't open on Sunday, you don't have to open. And if you're like Records and such and you open at 12, you didn't have to open any earlier either. Are you getting this?
Meanwhile, Mr. Sub was recruited to feed some of that huge crowd. They bought new equipment and hoped to sell 100,000 subs. Every location closed except 2, so employees could focus on Woodstock.
Yeah, it's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. It only happens, well, so far every 25 years, and wouldn't want to miss it for the world.
However, as the big day arrived, just getting to the concert was a Herculean task.
If people were concerned about the traffic building up in the next couple of days, well, it's here already. This is Route 212 here in the village of Saugerties, right next to the concert site, and already we've got traffic jams.
Shuttle buses ran into their own issues. That includes in this parking lot, where some fans set up a mini party to pass the hours-long wait. This man charged people $30 to park 5.5 miles away with no shuttle.
Well, it's certainly helping people get a lot of business, yeah.
Back at the concert site, the promised security was lacking, with bags going unchecked for weapons, drugs, and alcohol, and everything else, too. One woman had a bag packed to the gills with tons of stuff, including a lot of underwear.
Did they actually go through all of this stuff?
No, they haven't, and I don't think they want to.
Food vendors were banned from taking cash, and that caused a roadblock when the special currency they had to take, scrip, didn't arrive in time.
I can't give you a drink because I need scrip money, and they told me scrip money won't be available till about 5 or 6 o'clock tonight. If I take cash and get caught, they could close me down.
You know, if they didn't have time to organize, that'd be one thing, but they had 25 years to get this together.
That special currency was used as another way to help maximize profits, as concertgoers exchanged real cash and ended up not spending all of what they traded it for. Phil Bailey shows off a few pieces.
That's the $20 piece. Has a picture of the stage on the other side. That's the 10. It's got the Fender guitar and the 2 doves. for 5. There's a Fender guitar, but only room for 1 dove.
If you drop a quarter, it turns out it's a $20 coin. You know, I picked up a coin, it was $20.
And it's the size of a quarter.
Yeah.
The 1994 prices weren't exactly a bargain either.
Outrageous. Crazy. $2 for this Pepsi. $9 for the pizza.
Concertgoers even tried to make some of their own money.
$5 for a 12-pack.
And you're selling them for?
20.
Supply and demand. I'm a business major.
You don't feel like you're ripping off all these nice folks?
Not compared to anywhere else where you can get it at.
Others straight up didn't pay.
No, but we stole a lot.
Excuse me? Did you really steal stuff?
You have to.
Why?
Because it's free. Everybody else is doing it.
This group was even more blatant.
They just ripped down the fence, started coming right on through.
Then there were others who forgot a few things. With no spoons in sight, one man ate cold soup with a toothbrush.
See? It works. That's all. You got to make do out here.
But slowly everything began to gel, and for the most part, people started to let loose. Benita Zahn reports.
They're rolling in and hiking in, and they just keep coming in.
We just arrived, actually, probably about a half hour ago.
When you walked in, you saw this. What'd you think?
Mega.
Right now, the turnout is, I didn't expect to see this many people here Friday morning, so I'm still focused on making sure that our agreement with the town about 250,000 people is honored.
Not being honored, the no drug use edict. So while some create a smoky haze to pass the time before the music begins, others make camp or camp out. And they're misting. It's sort of a way to keep the crowds cool. I guess some people are cool enough. Some get extra lucky because you may bump into some of the headliners.
I don't really think about it in terms of the first one. I mean, they bear no resemblance to each other. This is like, it should be fun. It should be great.
And that's why this family drove clear across the USA to be at Woodstock Nation.
We're from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Drove all the way out here, had a ball all the way out here. People have just been excellent.
Meanwhile, late arrivals tried to make the best of a terrible view.
Well, you're right, you can see the stage, but they're sort of like ants over there.
Ants! We're on our anthill! She said that we were on our anthill, and it is, but we can see everything. Look at all those colors, it's awesome.
Those closer to the stage tried to get on MTV, which was there covering it for the entire nation.
Number one, we're trying to get Tabitha Soren from MTV out.
I saw her, I said, "Hi, Tabitha Soren," and she looked over and I saw her face.
In the meantime, reporter Phil Bailey somehow got caught up in a mosh pit.
This is a mosh pit. It is wet and it is rowdy. Body heat has driven the temperature up about 20 degrees in the last 20 feet.
His normal clean and tidy appearance messed up just in time for his live report with Bill Lambden.
Excuse my appearance, I've just emerged from a mosh pit. Take a look at this, a mosh pit to the tune of 9-inch nails. If you've never been in a mosh pit, it involves mud, a lot of water, a lot of Generation Xers, and a lot of high energy.
While the official performances took a break in the middle of the night, the party never did.
When the music stopped, the Generation Xers claimed Woodstock 94 for their own to the beat of industrial techno music and a party called a rave.
A rave is where everyone comes together, listens to this music, just goes out of their mind.
By Saturday, it was clear. While people were definitely having fun, organizers had quickly lost most control.
For the kids who grew up on the movie Woodstock, this is probably just what they were hoping for. For the organizers, it's probably just what they hoped wouldn't happen.
A ban on alcohol no longer enforceable.
You don't think you have trouble getting all that beer in?
No.
How are you going to do that?
We're going to walk right in.
And that was not the only thing that organizers had trouble controlling. The massive crowd created an electric, anything-goes atmosphere in more ways than one. Here's Bill Lambden.
Music began on schedule today at noon. Woodstock 69 veteran Joe Cocker, the first act on the bigger North Stage.
These kids are pretty incredible.
Promoters continue their positive spin here, but there are major operational problems. Long delays, people everywhere, and not where they're supposed to be. Authorities confirm one Woodstock-related death, a 45-year-old Long Island man.
The person had been using prescription drugs and drinking alcoholic beverages.
No one is sure exactly how many people are here. More than 200,000 tickets sold. Many unticketed have penetrated, lack security. While some are sleeping on garbage here, others are picking it up.
College educated.
Inside what the state police superintendent describes as the third largest city in New York, almost anything goes, including all of this woman's clothes.
It's just too hot to put my clothes back on.
The whole area is one giant photo opportunity. Last night we found this woman dancing. 15 hours later, she was still dancing. Despite significant operational delays and breakdowns, the head of New York State Police says it is safe here.
I have not seen any real problems here.
Reactions in the end were mixed. Some fans left early, disappointed they didn't get to see much at all.
So overall, how would you sum up your experience?
We didn't even get to see the bands or anything.
Yeah?
We didn't get to see anything.
Then there was a group that drove up from Long Island, walked 6 more miles to get in, stayed 2 hours, and walked out.
It sucked.
That caused a traffic nightmare a day early, with state police blocking certain roads to help control traffic.
I knew this was going to happen. I just want to go home.
But with all access cut off, some of those left on the outside are those who were expected inside to help move handicapped people, to provide food. So the chaotic situation inside, even more chaotic.
We have thousands of handicapped people in there, and we're transporting them in golf carts.
I was just told my orders were not let anybody down the road. It's closed so the buses can get out.
Can you call State Trooper Command from the transportation office? That's where we're working
I have
out
to stand
of.
right
And
here
their supervisors are in and out of there all day.
Take care of traffic. I can't go down and make a phone call.
Others loved it so much they simply didn't want to leave, staying as long as they possibly could.
We're waiting for everybody to do so we're following them, you know.
But whether the people were gone or not, the garbage stayed.
There's so many left behind treasures and things that people didn't take home. You never know what you're going to find if you just look underneath things. I don't think so.
Cleanup crews tackled the massive task the best they could.
One piece at a time. We'll handle it.
In the end, it's estimated about 10,000 people were hurt at the festival, with 2 deaths indirectly tied to it. Organizers said another 25 to 50 people were actually saved from respiratory arrest. However, Woodstock 94 was considered a huge, albeit slightly out of control, success, with a new generation making memories to last a lifetime. To see original coverage of how News Channel 13 covered other big stories in the past here in the Capital Region and beyond, head to our News Channel 13 YouTube page and click on News Vault 13. For now, opening the News Vault, I'm Rachel Teedy.